for 2 days.
There has to be a trail.
Building a profile.
Give me something I can use.
Your kidnapper is scared and unstable.
Unstable people are more likely to kill.
You want my personal expertise?
You can't manipulate me.
What the hell happened?
But I did.
Found next Tuesday.
Two candidates, big differences. Joe Biden helps bankroll Bashir's agenda because Bashir backs Biden, and we get Biden's border crisis. Bashir even vetoed a major tax cut as Biden's inflation crushed Kentucky families. Daniel Cameron is endorsed by President Trump and law enforcement. He'll eliminate the income tax, grow jobs. And Daniel sued Biden to secure the border. Send these guys a message. Vote Daniel Cameron for governor.
Good evening and welcome to News 40 at 10. I'm Chris Allen and your news headlines in just a moment. Right now, I'll look at 4-hour clouds and radar. When we started at 5:30 this evening, there wasn't a cloud in the sky, but watch. From the south, we see advancing clouds, mostly mid and high level clouds. These are not producing rain, but it's a sign of a frontal boundary that's going to try to usher in some cloud cover overnight and early tomorrow. 51 is the temperature right now from the airport with calm winds and a rising barometer. I've got rain and warmer temperatures in the forecast before another cool down. Your forecast details coming up.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. Earlier tonight, we learned from the family of injured Simpson County Chief Deputy Brad Harper that he had a successful surgery this morning. He is continuing to recover. Harper was shot and injured in the line of duty over the weekend. We are continuing to follow this story. We will bring you new updates as they become available. Tonight, a Glasgow man missing for nearly 2 weeks is found dead in Metcalfe County. 50-year-old John Price was reported missing on September 22nd. His abandoned vehicle was discovered the following day in a rural area of the Center community in Metcalfe County. An investigation into his death is still ongoing. Now to Butler County, where the nonprofit Friends of Butler County Animals is working on an exciting fundraiser that could have Morgantown Police on the other side of the slammer with your help. News 40's Carlisle Coppins takes us there.
On Wednesday, the future of the Butler County Animal Shelter is riding on an event that needs your support.
We're enabling the workers, the volunteers to, get the community involved and just bring more attention to them and try to get them some more support.
The Jordan's Way team is already on the road to Morgantown to raise as much money needed for the shelter.
It is not easy by any means. It is hard. Through these fundraisers and bringing awareness and attention, we're able to raise, thousands of dollars for these places that otherwise wouldn't have that type of funding.
But it takes a community to raise thousands of dollars for homeless animals, and in this case, maybe the chief of police.
They've worked really hard on doing fundraisers and trying to develop money to build a new shelter. And that's kind of a thankless job here. I mean, probably anywhere. And it's just something that a lot of times falls through the cracks. And this will start correcting that process for the future.
In an effort to reach their goal of $15,000 for the shelter, Chief Taylor has agreed to what some may say is karma coming full circle.
Sure, why not? I've slept in worse places. So come on down, throw some money in there, and I'll sleep in a dog kennel. I mean, if that's something you want to see, I'm going to do it.
In Butler County, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, WNKY News 40.
All right, Carlisle, a local veteran reaches a huge milestone with his family and community. Elmo Martin celebrated his birthday today at Mission Barbecue in Bowling Green. He turned 103 years old. Martin served in World War II. 2 fellow veterans from his service years were there today. Representatives from the Warren County Sheriff's Office, Bowling Green Police Department, and WKU Police were there as well to share their appreciation for his service. News 40 was able to speak with Martin. Listen to what he had to say about his big day.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
being lucky, healthy. I had a great job working with the automobile companies, Ford, General Motors, and all those people. I was one of their front men to travel all over, helping them design the parts and so forth.
Martin recalled some of his classic war stories as well. He also says he has a book out called Butler County Memories. He's also currently working on a second one. The newest addition to the Shake Rag District is taking the place of the former Save-A-Lot building. Small Business Incubator will open up shop in 2024. It's set to help businesses in the district that were affected by the tornadoes get back on their feet. MedCenter Health is set to open up a wellness center. There'll be a retail, a salon, a restaurant, and a bakery coming as well. The Housing Authority of Bowling Green has worked with the City Commission for a while to bring this plan to fruition. Director Abraham Williams is excited to see the finished product.
It is. I'm excited, and it's a dream come true. Especially for this community. This community always had a whole lot of pride with it, and we just bring back the pride to this community, to Shake Rag community and the City of Bowling Green.
The new incubator is set to open between May and June of 2024 in the old Save-A-Lot building on College Street. To the Hill now, the keynote speaker of the new Presidential Speaker Series at Western Kentucky University is Dr. Robert Ballard, the man who discovered the location of the Titanic, and he rewrote much of how we understand the Earth. Tonight, Ballard spoke about his discoveries and future endeavors, including where he thinks the future of the economy and undersea exploration are going. When asked about the recent Ocean Gate catastrophe, here's what he had to say.
In 1960, we went to the deepest depths of the world's oceans with the Bathscath-Trieste. That was in 1960. Since then, we have never lost a single person because we dove in certified pressure hulls.
This was the first of the Presidential Speaker Series. President Timothy Caboni hopes it brings thought-provoking dialogue to campus. With Halloween just 3 weeks away, the Warren County Public Library is bringing back a way to watch classic movies at the Capitol Theater and celebrate the spooky season. The second annual Booze and Brews is happening this Friday. This year, a double feature of Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters will be shown starting at 6 o'clock. This is a family-friendly event, but for those 21 and over, White Squirrel Brewery will be on site serving their favorite brews.
I'm just glad we're back. I'm glad that we get to do events like this. It's a really neat project, it looks like. This is only their second year doing it. So I hope we can build on it. We can grow with them as they do many more of these and many more events like this. So it's great to be downtown and to be part of the community.
The showing is completely free and concessions will be available on site. Beetlejuice starts at 6 o'clock and Ghostbusters will follow at 8. And organizers are putting the finishing touches on this weekend's Harvest Fest in Bowling Green. One group is especially excited about the festivities. Around this time last year, coincidentally, the manager of Mercadito Hispano organized a festival with Latino business owners. This year, the city is partnering with the Hispanic community to bring another layer to the Harvest Festival. Jose Gonzalez tells News 40 they've been working to make everything as accessible as possible. He said they'll be offering face painting, games, and a lot of good food, as well as sharing some of their culture and educating people on the Day of the Dead.
It'll have flowers, a bunch of offerings like bread, candies, and things like that. Traditional things to sort of give people a concept of what it is that the day is truly about, sort of how we leave stuff for Santa Claus out on Christmas. It's a similar concept there.
Gonzalez says Day of the Dead is about remembering loved ones who have moved on and that everyone is eager to see Bowling Green turn out in big numbers for this weekend on the square. Spooky season is upon us. You can see decorations of many kinds on many people's doorsteps already. News 40's Michael Ridgway spoke with a local business that wants to help repurpose some of those decorations that are so popular this time of year.
So we just ask that people who do want to bring their used pumpkins here, that they either keep them whole or that they carve them.
Around this time of year, you'll see a lot of these, and these, and these. But after Halloween, usually they go to waste.
I see lots of pumpkins when I drive around on our collection route. We do a residential collection route. And yeah, they just seemed as if they were going to waste. Every year people recycle their Christmas trees. I just thought that this was another good opportunity. There are so many of them that people just aren't using.
Charlie started Compost Bowling Green in 2022 to address a community need. And now in partnership with the Community Farmers Market, soon they'll have their second pumpkin collection.
I was super excited about it. I've always been very passionate about sustainability and food waste. In addition to working here at Community Farmers Market, I also work for Glean Kentucky, which is a nonprofit organization that connects surplus fruits and vegetables from different sources with nonprofits that feed people.
And after shocking results last year, the organizers are ready to do it again.
I was blown away by the community response. We had a lot of people, even after the program was over, asking if they could still drop off pumpkins.
I think we collected around 500 pounds of pumpkins.
And with all these efforts going towards a few good causes, Charlie just wants to make sure everyone knows the most important rule for pumpkin drop-off.
Leave them whole. They look beautiful like that. Carve them if you want. They'll break down some, and those will either go to animals or to the compost pile, but please just don't paint them.
Because local matters. Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
All right, Michael, let's check in with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, it is spooky season out there.
Goodness gracious, it is. See what I did there? Thank you. 71, the high today here in Bowling Green, officially 4 degrees cooler than the normal of 75, and we ended up at 43 for a low temperature early this morning. How about the trend the next few days? It's going to be warm. You see those temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. Well, that's running about average for this time of the year, but by the weekend, look how much colder it's going to get. The normal 75, we're talking about only staying in the mid to upper 50s. More on that and our chance of rain coming up in just a few minutes. But right now, Maxwell has a preview of sports.
Chris, this temperature decrease is coming at the perfect time because it's hockey season, if you can believe it. Find out how the Nashville Predators did in their season opener against Tampa Bay Lightning. See who scored the Preds' first goal of the season. Plus, we have many more things coming up in sports. Morgan?
All right, Maxwell, in health news now, it's World Mental Health Day. 1 in 6 U.S. youth between the ages of 6 and 17 experience a mental health disorder every year. That's according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And the organization says half of all lifetime mental illnesses begin by age 14. Tonight, more on how parents and caretakers can help promote mental health and well-being. It's a growing problem, a mental health crisis in the U.S., and young people aren't immune.
For children, we really should be paying attention, not just when there's a concern or a crisis, but ahead of time.
Pediatric psychologist Ariana Hoyt is the executive clinical director of On Our Sleeves. It's a nationwide children's hospital initiative aimed at promoting children's mental health and wellness. She says that starts with caregivers having open-ended conversations with the child.
At dinner time, we check in with each other and we say, what was the hardest part of your day? What was your favorite part of your day? Tell me about your favorite teacher.
Since children don't always have the words to express their feelings, Hoyt says parents should normalize how their child feels and model good mental health habits.
Talk about your hard days, talk about your hard emotions and what you're doing to cope with those.
Social connections are critical, so Hoyt says encouraging kids to have healthy friendships and join in extracurricular activities can also promote mental wellness.
If a child feels like they're included and they're connected and they're a part of their community, their schools, their home environment, that they are more likely to be mentally well or handle stress better.
There's more information on promoting mental health, including conversation starters parents and caregivers can have with children. That's at onoursleeves.org. Still to come on News 40 at 10, the president showing full support for Israel as more military assistance is announced earlier today. The latest details in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is in after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
Name an animal the wife doesn't mind her husband calling her.
Piggy.
weekdays at 5 and 6:30.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise, find out how you can help one local family as their daughter fights a rare disease. Plus, discover the story of how one veteran served our country in this week's Voices of Honor. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
Just rocking and rolling, baby. Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
Dog Stay Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dog Stay Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dog Stay Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at dgoky.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dog Stay Out.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, beautiful day, a little on the warm side too.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up a little more each day. You'll feel that tomorrow, the next couple of days, and then another cool down's coming for the weekend. Get ready for it.
Yes.
It's going to be even cooler than the one last week.
Okay.
Just a little bit, just a touch. Here's a look at high temperatures today, according to the Kentucky Mesonet Network. 69 here in Bowling Green, but we actually hit 71, as you saw officially at the airport. But a lot of you just only got up into the upper 60s to low 70s, especially low 70s across the southern tier of counties in the viewing area near the Tennessee border. As we look at temperatures right now, look how they've come down into the 40s. It's 45 in Glasgow at this hour, and in Litchfield. You've got 48 in Hartford, 47 in Russellville at this hour, 51 here in Bowling Green, with the dew points they're in the 40s for the most part, but I do think we'll see a couple of possible upper 30s to around 40 lows tonight, even low 40s, especially if you head further east. That's because high pressure is sitting right on top of us, keeping the atmosphere very stable and very dry. So with the nighttime sky being clear, it allows any kind of heat that we had today to escape in the atmosphere, and that brings down the temperatures usually this time of night or close to sunrise. There's the high pressure center, which is now scooted just a little bit east of Bowling Green, but it covers the entire Ohio Valley and part of the Tennessee Valley. Here is that old boundary that brought us some of the sprinkles yesterday morning. It has stalled out to the south of us. The tail end of this thing is going to become a warm front, and over the next couple of days, as that high pressure center moves east tomorrow and on into Thursday, we'll get a return flow here out of the Gulf of Mexico. The only thing we're going to see, though, is that increase in clouds, which we're seeing right now, and we'll see at the start of tomorrow. Now, any shower activity is going to stay well to the northeast of us, right along the Mississippi River, maybe the Wabash River Valley, and on off to the north and west. Here comes the warm front as we get into Wednesday evening. That's going to clear away some of the cloud cover. Showers stay down to the south, showers stay to the north. We're right there in the middle between these systems. And as that warm front lifts northward, that's when we'll really start to feel the much warmer air take over here for a while. Winds will become more southerly as we get into Thursday, but it's Friday before we'll start to see any shower activity, and things are going to continue to warm up as that all takes shape. So the forecast for tonight, just calling for an increase in clouds late tonight, and already that's happening to our south. 45, the overnight low. Tomorrow we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, but a nice day overall. 75, 78 Thursday, 76 on Friday with a chance of scattered showers, perhaps a thunderstorm, and then we're going to keep a few showers around this weekend. Then it turns cooler as we start out the new week next week with highs only in the 50s. We're back with more News 40 at 10 right after this.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
When Daniel Cameron says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely. But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. You know it. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the judgment-free zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th. Oh yeah, that's the energy.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Tonight, family members of some of the American citizens who are missing in Israel pleaded with Israeli and U.S. authorities to secure the release of their loved ones. At least 14 Americans are now dead, stemming from the weekend's attacks. U.S. officials say there is an undetermined number of Americans still missing or unaccounted for. At a news conference in Tel Aviv, the families of some of the missing Americans expressed their fears and demanded action. One father expressing his concern for his son, who was on active duty serving at the border of Gaza when the attacks began.
The last time that we heard from him was Saturday morning, where he said that they were under attack. We know that he was active, that he was in communication for a while, but since then, silence.
As new information arrives, many find refuge in Jordan. Many parents wait to hopefully hear back from their loved ones. Back in Washington, President Biden addressed the nation this afternoon with a forceful show of support for Israel, including more military assistance. The president has ordered a carrier strike group to the eastern Mediterranean to be ready to assist the close American ally. Ed O'Keefe has the latest from the White House.
This was an act of sheer evil.
President Biden condemned the attacks by Hamas, which he revealed killed at least 14 American citizens, comparing it to the worst rampages of ISIS.
Parents butchered using their bodies to try to protect their children. Women raped, assaulted, paraded as trophies.
He said the U.S. is sending special operators to help Israel coordinate the rescue of more than 100 hostages held by the militant group including Americans.
We now know that American citizens are among those being held by Hamas.
A carrier strike group, including the USS Gerald Ford, has arrived in the region and could be used as a platform to launch hostage rescue missions. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says there are 20 or more Americans still missing, though it's unclear how many have been abducted by Hamas. He said there are no current plans to send U.S. troops into the conflict.
At this point, that is not something that is under planning.
With the fighting ongoing, the president huddled with his national security team this morning and held his third phone call since the conflict began with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Mr. President Joe, I want to thank you for your continued and unequivocal support.
Offering more military support, including precision-guided munitions for fighter jets. The first shipment of supplies landed this evening. Mr. Biden is also sending Secretary of State Antony Blinken to Israel tomorrow, part of a diplomatic push to contain the crisis from spreading further. A major fear among allies that Iranian-backed Hezbollah could fully join the fight. The president today issued this warning.
Anyone thinking of taking advantage of this situation, I have one word: don't. Don't.
Well, stay with us. News 40's Maxwell Trink is back with a look at sports right after this.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've suffered a personal injury, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing the new Xumo Stream Box from Spectrum. Now, you can watch your favorites, including live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular apps all in one place. Find what you want faster and easier than ever with our advanced search feature. It's streaming simplified. Get the new Xumo Stream Box free for 12 months when you add Spectrum TV. Visit spectrum.com/Xumo or a Spectrum store today.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information.
Oh, what's up? You watching the game? Or maybe the one later? Put a little BetMGM action on it, and now any game becomes the game. When you got overs and unders, you're in it every time they throw the ball, kick the ball, dribble the ball. Maybe it's not even a ball. Who needs a ball? Now that bet's got you watching every inning, half, round, period, set, hole, a lap. Right from the edge of your seat. Hit them with the promo.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. And like people think y'all look alike, you can be our son.
I love Jennifer. Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Welcome into sports. Here's an update on the semifinal matchups for the 4th Region Tournament for boys and girls soccer. Tomorrow, Warren Central will face off against Todd County Central in the first semifinal matchup at 5:30 p.m. This match will then be followed by South Warren taking on Franklin Simpson at 7:30. Both games are at the Pit. The winners will face off for the 4th Region Championship, eyeing a spot in the Kentucky State Tournament for boys soccer. Also tomorrow, Todd County Central will face off against Bowling Green in the first semifinal matchup at 5:30 p.m. This will be followed by Greenwood taking on Russellville at 7:30 p.m. These two games are played at Warren Central High School. The winners will face off in the 4th Region Championship, eyeing a spot in the Kentucky State Tournament for girls soccer. And on the collegiate pitch, WKU soccer returns home after losing to the UTEP Miners in El Paso 1-0. The Tops will face off against the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, who've yet to win a conference match this season. WKU is 6th in Conference USA standings with La Tech in 8th. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Thursday. at the WKU Soccer Complex. And the Kentucky Wildcats are looking to stay in the top 25 this week with a matchup against Mizzou looming. Both teams hold a 5-1 record, but UK has home field advantage. Head coach Mark Stoops discussed what this team has to show in order to stay towards the top of the SEC.
For us, what you're talking about, the thin line between success and failure. I mean, you have to see it. You know, what went on, you have to own it, you know, and then you got to look for solutions. And then you got to go do it. And that's what we plan to do. I mean, I've always done it that way. We're not going to run and hide. We're going to get back to work, and the first thing we're going to do is show it to them.
And the Tennessee Titans are heading across the pond this week for a match with the Baltimore Ravens. The Titans will be playing at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium bright and early at 8:30 a.m. Head coach Mike Vrabel says it's time to put last week's performance behind them and focus on their matchup in the UK on Sunday.
We know what we're getting ready for. A lot of respect for them, and we just have to come to work and start preparing. As much as it's disappointing, like we got to move on, and I try to give myself till 9 o'clock to quit pouting, and it's time to go to work.
And the Nashville Predators' first puck drop of the season was earlier today. The Preds were in Tampa taking on the Lightning in Amalie Arena. This was the first game of the NHL season. The Lightning's Nikita Kucherov scored the first goal of the year, while Ryan O'Reilly scored the Preds' first goal of the season. The Lightning came away with a victory, though, in this one, 5-3. And MTSU beat La Tech 31-23, while Liberty crushed Jacksonville State 31-13. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back after this break.
Do you have settled or uneven concrete? USS is here to help. Changing weather conditions and poor drainage causes the soil under your concrete to shift and erode, and your concrete to settle. USS uses Polylift to raise sunken concrete in sidewalks, pool decks, porches, and more. Polylift is less expensive than full replacement, and you can walk on your concrete within minutes of repair. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
The UPS store on Scottsville Road is your one-stop for personal and professional services. We offer printing, shipping and packing, notary, mailboxes, and much more. Locally owned and operated. The UPS store on Scottsville Road.
Life is a series of timely decisions. Will you be ready? Pathways Senior Care Advisors are here to help you navigate the right path. Call Pathways Senior Care Advisors Mary Coron and Stacy Carter for your free consultation at 270-901-1878 or visit pathwayssca.com. Better informed, better choices.
Two candidates, big differences. Joe Biden helps bankroll Bashir's agenda because Bashir backs Biden, and we get Biden's border crisis. Bashir even vetoed a major tax cut as Biden's inflation crushed Kentucky families. Daniel Cameron is endorsed by President Trump and law enforcement. He'll eliminate the income tax, grow jobs. And Daniel sued Biden to secure the border. Send these guys a message. Vote Daniel Cameron for governor.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
Welcome back. Well, I've got some sports news for you, mixing it up a bit.
Okay.
5 new sports are being considered for the 2028 Summer Olympic Games. They're going to be played in Los Angeles. The LA 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Organizing Committee has proposed flag football, softball, baseball, lacrosse, squash, and cricket. Very interesting. Flag football and squash have never been a part of the Olympic competitions. Cricket has appeared before, so has lacrosse. And baseball was introduced in 1992. So a couple of these have been played before, but very interesting. Something to definitely look out for.
Baseball was played in Japan. Of course, it's such a big sport there. Baseball, big sport here. It would make a lot of sense to bring that, as well as flag football. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. If flag football is actually a sport, do you think maybe some NFL athletes would play? That would be wild.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Maybe like Deion Sanders.
No. Coach Brian.
When he,
yes.
when he did baseball and football at the same time.
Yes.
He suited up, but he didn't actually play that one time. 75 tomorrow, 78 on Thursday. Some showers by the weekend and turning cooler.
All right, Chris, thank you at home for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m.